Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We will wait a couple of minutes until everybody joins the webinar. Hello, everybody who has joined us. I will wait 1 more minute and then I will start. Okay, so I think we can start. Hello, everyone, again, and welcome to our webinar. Today, we'll show you how to leverage your DNS data to reveal risk across your network. I would like to remind you that this session is being recorded. The recording will be sent to the participants and to everyone who subscribed to the webinar after the webinar. So let's go. So my name is Yael. I am EfficientIP's product marketing manager responsible for the security solutions. I have already more than 2 decades of experience in the cybersecurity industry in different roles in engineering, product management, and product marketing. I am very pleased to co-host this webinar with Igor Elman. I will let Igor present himself.
Thank you, Yael. Igor Elman here. I've been in the industry similarly to Yael, about 20 years, bringing wealth of experience in both DDI, network automation, network security, including DNS security. So we are here to help you better understand what we do and where we can help.
Thank you, Igor. So here's what we will cover today. We will start with why DNS data matters for security and how we can use it to understand what's happening in our network. Then Igor will walk you through how DNS Risk Assessment works with the introduction of our tool. He will speak about the role of AI in detecting suspicious activity, and we will then jump into a live demo. After that, I'll introduce EfficientIP's DNS security approach with a brief overview of our DNS security solutions, and we will, of course, finish with some key takeaways and your questions. Feel free to write your questions in the chat during the session. We will take a look and address the questions only at the end. So thank you for your patience, and let's start. So most companies, when they look at DNS, they only see the tip of the iceberg. When they look into their DNS, they see performance, availability. These are the things that concern them most. But below the surface, if you look below the surface, you'll see that lies there a hidden world of data. And in order to understand this data and analyze it, it takes an expert. Exactly like the diver that you see in this picture, you need a special understanding of the DNS world, the DNS domain, in order to reveal what's happening underneath the surface. So let's start with an example. This example shows DNS traffic that is, in this case, it's simulated data, but it looks exactly like real DNS traffic that your network generates every second. At the first glance, if you look at this packet capture, everything appears very normal. You have clean queries, clean responses. You don't have any alerts. It feels safe. It feels routine. You don't see that there's anything to worry about. But let me ask you and take a moment to think about it. Do you see anything suspicious in this traffic? So your answer is probably no, and the reason for that is that most people will not see, you can't see in bare eyes anything suspicious in this traffic, and that's exactly the point, because even the cleanest looking DNS traffic can quietly hide signs of an attack, and we'll see how it is if we'll drill down in this example and we will look at a specific query. In this case, it is marked here on the screenshot. It's slimmerdb.xyz. You can, when you look deeper at this normally looking query, you can see that it doesn't return any IP address. Instead, it returns just a TXT record, plain text, which could also be normal. This is part of our challenge. But when we look closer, we see that the text is a long base 64 string. A base 64 string is basically a way to encode data as letters and numbers. So again, it can also be something harmless. Only when you take those TXT fragments and you join them together and you decode the shell script that it builds, you can see that it can reconstruct a malicious program, the PowerShell script, that is being used by attackers to communicate, to perform their command and control communication, and to steal data, to send data out of your network out there. So this is how attackers hide in plain sight, inside what looks like normal DNS traffic. Even though this is a simulated data, which was generated for safety reasons, it is based on a real example. We have a blog about it in our website that explains how this SlimmerDB and all related domain to that were really hiding malicious code in the DNS traffic. So it's an example that is based on real traffic and a real malicious code that was performing data exfiltration. And now that we've seen how the threats can hide in plain sight, let's look at how DNS data, at what DNS data can tell us. So as you can see in this tree, DNS data can tell us a lot, and that's not everything we can get from the DNS data. That's just the highlights. And what you see here is that from a single stream of DNS traffic, a very small look at the DNS traffic, you can reveal a full security picture. You can see unusual patterns, risky devices, suspicious domains, hidden tunneling, weak encryptions, and even fake lookalike domains. So each branch here represents a different type of insight that normally takes several tools to uncover, because by just looking at the traffic itself without advanced DNS analytics, it will be very hard to get those insights. And today in the demo, we will see how those insights show up in a technology-driven or engine-driven analysis that brings all those insights automatically out of your DNS data. So that's the real value of DNS visibility. It turns every traffic into a clear, actionable security intelligence. This is something very helpful for any security organization. And now that we've seen what the DNS data reveals, what it can reveal, we can now go on and see it in action. I'll hand it over to Igor, who will explain how the DNS risk assessment works, and he will walk you through the live demo.
Thank you, Yael. So the risk assessment exercise, or the risk assessment tool, is offered for free for anyone who is interested to doing this exercise with us. The way it works, we will intake a packet capture or just a standard pickup file from a sniffer. It can be done directly on a DNS server or from a span port. We can take a snapshot of daily usage on the DNS. We can take multiple files representing regional offices as an example. And that information will then be taken to a team of our security specialists for analysis. This done very securely in an isolated environment, no exposure to any other parts of the infrastructure. But the idea is that we carefully analyze this data set to provide a meaningful, detailed report and many useful findings about your DNS, about your DNS consumption, about your DNS utilization, and any potential risks or vulnerabilities or gaps that might be exposed, we will bring to your attention. Next, please. What happens behind the scene? As a DNS intelligence company, we have this visibility and we gather this humongous data across many organizations that we help, and with all this exposure to billions of queries on daily basis, we build this database, which we will then compare your data to. We leverage AI algorithms. We leverage our own statistical algorithms to detect any potential threats, identify phishing attempts, identify malware, identify any misuse of a DNS protocol, and all this actionable data will then be human processed and presented in that meaningful report as we were talking. Next, please. The report will come as an online resource available for individually for each and every customer that decides to do this with us. Again, the report will be given in an isolated environment with unique credentials to access. You will see your own data set. You will see our own analysis across different categories. We will provide our own risk scores based on our findings. Again, very important to highlight, this is totally non-intrusive. This is done all offline based on the data set that was provided, and we ensure full data privacy and full data protection when we look at that data set. So let's dive into the demo. Happy to show what the tool looks like and how this all come together. You guys see my screen, I guess? All looks good? Okay. So the report itself is available based on the information that was shared. There are two categories, observability category and security category. So for the traffic analysis, really quickly, what we are looking at is a result of our processing of 3 pickup files that represent about 4 hours of DNS traffic. We are looking at about 150 million of DNS packets, which pretty much half and half between queries and responses. We carefully analyze the data. We break it down based on DNS query types. We educate you what those query types are, what they really mean, what they really are. And we also provide you with insight into different response codes. Important highlight here, significant amount of DNS traffic returns NX domain. Could be misconfiguration, could be some applications are trying to connect somewhere that is no longer there. So all that information becomes useful when you look at your own data. We also break it down into top queries, where the traffic is going. You can spot some interesting domains. You can see some applications trying to reach out to China, and many other interesting insights, including queries based on fully qualified domain. So who are my top business partners, where most of my applications are connecting, whom I'm dealing business with, again, where most of my traffic is resolving into. We also look at latencies factors, where we may see an improvement in the network and user experience on my network, which applications respond with the lowest time. Again, opportunity to improve, opportunity to find any misconfigurations, any potential issues. Same for returning NX domain queries. Again, what applications are trying to connect and fail, what are those applications, where they're trying to connect, why we see those NX domains or serial failures. Again, an opportunity for you to better understand how DNS is consumed. Second category takes me into devices inventory. So the data set represents 39 unique devices that have used DNS, which have been trying to connect or resolve against over 3,000 different global resources. Full breakdown comes at the bottom. Who are those applications? Who are those end devices? Where they're trying to connect? What type of DNS queries they sent? Full breakdown based on type of query, based on type of errors, based on their entire DNS utilization. You can filter them, you can sort them, you can get full understanding of all those potential misconfigurations as well. Then come categories of different applications. This is our own curated list of applications. Interesting things could be found here. Again, very informative for you to understand what types of applications are in use, what's being resolved, who is doing what based on groups, based on specific clients, regions, networks, segments, etc. As an example, we are looking at arts entertainment. We can look at some gaming, any devices participating in those specific activities. You can easily categorize them. Then come geographic report. This is very informative to understand where my DNS is resolving into. In this particular example, most of my DNS traffic is resolved against servers within the United States. Vast majority is staying within the United States. And then the responses are also analyzed for IP to geolocation. And we are trying to map where those applications are being sent to. Okay, so first map represents DNS servers that are being queried, and the second map represents where those actual applications that our clients are resolving, where they reside. Again, very similar maps with some deviation, and this is where we can spot potential risks, potential attempts to connect to other sides of the world that might be risky or violating certain policies. Under security category, this is where this becomes even more interesting. By analyzing the traffic, we compare it to that massive database of our own that we curate, and we spot attempts or matches against malicious site, command and control sites. On the screen, I'm sharing an example of a specific machine sending 3 consecutive queries into a specific domain that we have already identified as malware suspicious, and we bring it to your attention, which will call for or advise for investigation and looking closer into that device, maybe running an antivirus, understanding what that device is. Then we look at DNS utilization patterns as far as sending queries, quantity of queries, size of the packets, size of those queries. And here is an example of us spotting an unusual traffic coming from a specific device. There are 82 queries sent in a short time, right afternoon. We spot that traffic. We see that it's totally unusual. It's slightly larger packet sizes. It's too many queries being sent in a short time to the same domain. We have identified that domain. It's represented by DNS, and we bring this to your attention as a potential risk to exfiltrate or create a DNS tunnel. Then come a very powerful applications inventory. By looking at the DNS traffic, we have this intelligence to identify different applications that are being used. Again, curated categories come here. If you want to spot unauthorized software, if you want to spot unlicensed software, it's a great opportunity here as well. If I want to look at some remote desktop applications that are being used within my organization, again, two are identified. If I want to look at all my security tools, let me spot maybe cybersecurity tools. Again, different applications related to security, all brought to your attention. So again, you know what's out there, what's deployed, what's in use. Great tool to do full inventory on your applications. Then comes something additional that we do outside of the given data set. This is leveraging our AI capabilities. For each and every engagement, we will run our own scan against public domain and subdomain for a specific customer, analyzing what certificates being used, how everything is configured. On the screen, you see an example of us spotting a subdomain with an expired certificate configured for using an outdated TLS. Again, could be an issue, could be a security issue, or could be just an outage that you should be aware of. Then come what we call a look aside capability. This is another service that we do for each and every engagement. We look at the given domains and we search for resembling names across our own database for newly open domains, newly generated domains, newly registered domains, and we bring to your attention where could potential phishing attacks may arise. Again, something that we do based on our own database, based on our intelligence, scanning and figuring out resembling domains to your own domains to bring it to your attention. Maybe you decide to implement your own policies, block those domains, put them in the blacklist just to eliminate any of those potential breaches. So that's the tool. And of course, all this information comes together in the meaningful report. As we mentioned, this is totally free for you to access for each and every data set. The report will be given with our own scoring. 5 categories. Cache heat represents the health of the DNS. High cache heat is a good thing. Again, each category is well explained. As far as malicious domains, we spotted 3 packets matching to well-known malicious site. Therefore, the score is lower. For certificate security, we have spotted some misconfiguration on the TLS. Again, the score will be lower. We have identified an attempt to exfiltrate data. Therefore, the score is C. And some other findings that we bring to your attention. Open to discuss it, open to talk about each and every category. So this is what we do. This is what the tool is there for. Okay, so let's go back to our slide deck and quickly summarize. Okay, so the tool was designed to help you reveal any security gaps, identify any anomalies within the DNS traffic, identify any threats if there are any there, expose any compliance risks with unauthorized applications. As an example, engage with us to learn DNS best practices, learn some mitigation techniques that will be advised in both reports, and we can also do that face-to-face. The importance of this whole engagement is well confirmed by Forrester. Many organizations confirm that they are exposed, they are facing DNS-related attacks. It's only increasing over time. Very little number of organizations have deployed DNS security tools, but all agree and all understand that this is as important as traditional firewalls and any other security measures. And again, the tool is great, the tool is informative. Unfortunately, it's only for you to understand what you have or where you might have some risks. But we do have a full portfolio of solution with tools to help you proactively mitigate those risks. And that's what I want to pass to Yael to talk about.
So thank you very much, Igor, for this great demo. I will cover now EfficientIP's DNS security solution. So as you've seen, DNS plays a critical role at every stage of an attack, before the attack happens, during the attack, and after. And this is exactly how EfficientIP addresses DNS security. Our 360-degree DNS security solution manages the DNS attacks across their entire life cycle. It ensures data protection, service continuity, and also operational efficiency. It helps you protect users and data by blocking malicious domains. This is the proactive aspect of having a product that is in real time, operates in real time and not an offline tool. It detects advanced attacks early using the AI-driven analysis that we've seen in the tool. So the same technologies are, of course, part of our products and help detect threats in real time in the product. And the product also includes response capabilities that help you respond quickly with automated countermeasures and with a seamless integration with your ecosystem that helps you automate everything from the EfficientIP solution and up to your existing tools. So now we'll dive into each of the three pillars, the protect, detect, and respond. And I'll show some of the key features that we have in each of the three. So of course, we will not cover in the webinar everything we do. You can see it in our website or contact us for that. I will cover the highlights of each of the three pillars. So the first step that we recommend every organization that decides to start using DNS for cybersecurity will be to protect proactively, because proactive protection minimizes the risk and minimizes exposure to attacks. And everything that is related to protect is everything that is covering what's going before the attack actually starts. And I will focus today on three key features that EfficientIP has in that aspect, three features that help you prevent or block the event before the attack even started. So the first one is, Igor mentioned that before, because we use the DNS-centric threat intelligence also for the risk assessment tool. So this is a very central part of our product, the DNS-centric threat intelligence feed. The feed is built using AI and global DNS data, and we use this feed to detect malware, DGAs, and phishing. This is, I will talk about that later, but this feed can also be used to block access to domains based on the categories that the feed identified, which helps you prevent the attack before it even entered the organization. The second feature, which is very important, is the user-based application access control, which is an important part of the solution of the protect part, because it applies adaptive DNS policies per client and per domain. And based on this combination of client, domain, and the tagging that was done by the DNS-centric feed or by your own tagging mechanism, we of course recommend to combine everything together. You can allow, deny, or control access in real time based on a very, very granular policy, which is way beyond what you can do with RPZ, for example. The third feature, which is relevant for high volume attacks, high volume DDoS prevention. So we have several features that help you protect during a large-scale attack. and help you keep your DNS active during such attacks. But one of the key ones is the fact that we have an ultra-fast DNS cache, the fastest DNS cache in the world, with up to 17 million queries per second, which ensures that you will not have a service disruption even when you are under very high volume attacks. The next step, once you protected your organization and you prevented most attacks that you can to enter the organizations, as we all know, the cybersecurity world is not that easy. We can't stop by protecting, because we always have new threats, new attacks, new domains, new methods of operations, and we should always assume, and this is was always my recommendation in the cybersecurity industry, no matter in which domain you are, is to always assume that you will be attacked, and you just need to be prepared for that. So we see the second step of attack detection and early detection of attacks as a very important pillar, because as early as you detect the attack, the minimal the damage will be. You can stop the spread of the threat. You can put the risk, lower the risk, and mainly lower the damage. So we have, again, under detect multiple technologies and multiple features to detect threats. I will not list them all. I will list the three key ones. The first one is our patented DNS transaction inspection, which is, we call it DTI, which monitors the internal DNS traffic in real time. This is something only a DNS solution can do, because we have visibility into the internal DNS traffic, and by using that, we uncover hidden or evasive threats that you can't detect with any tool that is outside the DNS service. Then on top of that, we apply what we call user behavioral analysis, which are triggers or rules that identify abnormal patterns in the DNS traffic. For example, unusual query volume or destinations that might signal a compromise. I will show an example of that in the next slide. And finally, for everything that was not detected by the user behavioral analysis, everything that is not that is more global in your traffic, we apply our AI-driven detection technologies that, again, you've seen the result of that also in the tool, with in the threats matches category in the tool. And there we use some AI technologies like NLP, image recognition, and heuristic analytics to spot phishing, suspicious domains, DGAs, and more. Together, all these capabilities deliver a very early and very accurate detection that can stop the attacks at a very early stage when the damage is relatively still low. And now I will show one example. We'll show an example of the user behavioral analysis triggers. This is a screenshot from a product called DNS Guardian, which is the center of our DNS solution. And you can see here, I don't know if you can see the details here, but you can see that it's a list of rules and triggers that represent detection behavior. For example, you can see that there are rules that are used to detect tunneling attempts, rules to detect suspicious queries, abnormal patterns, and etc. There are many, many possibilities. You will get with DNS Guardian some predefined rules by EfficientIP, and you can take it to advanced levels of rules with or without our professional services. You can really create lots of advanced techniques that are tailored to your organization's specific needs. So you can see that DNS inspection transforms millions of queries into something that is actionable. It is a very clear intelligence that you can use, and based on that you can take actions, as we will see in the response part. So which leads us to the third pillar, the third step. Once you have detected an attack, It's not enough just to know that you have attacks. We all know, I assume that many of you are dealing with millions of logs that you need to monitor every day. And if we will just detect the attack and add you another event or another log, we will not really help you because you will not be able to do anything without it. You're already overwhelmed with the data you need to manage. And this is why we think that effective response is a very, very important part of DNS security. The first step is to have visibility. So we offer in a product we call DNS Intelligence Center a single pane of glass visibility into your global DNS traffic. It enables deep and rapid threat detection and investigation. We will see a short example of that in the next slide. It gives you clear view of what's happening across the network. The second, which is another part of the same product, is Enrich Insight, which is a deeper threat investigation view in which you can take a look at a specific domain and see its risk score, who is data, the indicator of compromise, and other factors similar to what we've seen in the DNS Risk Assessment tool, but of course much more details and richer because it's based on real data from your product, from your network, sorry. The third feature under the response is our patented adaptive countermeasures. I've mentioned them briefly in the previous section because they are, of course, very tied to the detection because what they do is automate the response. So for each detection that we've mentioned before, for each action, we can define adaptive countermeasure. For example, you can quarantine a suspicious client in order not to block the entire traffic. And we have some other countermeasures, which are, some of them are patented and some of them are not, but they all enable you to configure a very granular policy of what you do when you see something suspicious, something malicious, and it helps you automate. And the final step, which is as important as the previous one, is the integration with your existing ecosystem. We understand that you need to have a solution that consolidates all the tools you have, and therefore we offer an integration with different security tools such as SIEM, SOAR, and MAC platforms, which helps you remediate faster by combining data from multiple systems in one place, including the DNS insights. So the next slide is a video that demonstrates the threat investigation. I will pause the video because it goes a bit fast and I do want you to be able to see what I'm talking about. So I apologize for this little technical issue. I will now play it. So what you see here is our threat investigation view. You can see here that we have a risk score for a domain in a similar way to what you've seen in the tool. We have the queries in your network, which is of course something that you can't do in an offline tool because this is something live. You will always see the queries that the domain had in your network live. Then you have the indicators of compromise for this domain. This is a minor domain. We have multiple indicators from multiple sources, both EfficientIP sources and both multi-source that we curate and integrate with an AI-driven combination of the different sources. Then you have lots of insights about the DNS. I will show just one thing that is interesting because we talked about it at the beginning of the webinar. You can see here, for example, the TXT record of the DNS. You can see the mail exchange of the and other interesting insights about the DNS for this specific DNS information for this domain. And the last part, you get an analysis of the web. If there is a web interface for the domain, you will have an analysis of the top words that you see in the domain, which helps you understand how malicious, suspicious this domain is. And you have a screenshot. In this case, it's black, but we've seen some interesting websites sites hiding behind suspicious domains like that. So this is the DNS threat investigation in the DNS Intelligence Center product. So to summarize everything I said about our DNS security solution, I'm showing the 360-degree circle. This circle represents the different products that we have in our DNS security suite, and it shows how all the products work together to provide security. I will go briefly through the different products, even though when you will reach out to your EfficientIP contact, a solution, a DNS security solution will be tailored to your needs. So everything, all our products are based on the solid server DNS, which is our DNS platform, the infrastructure of everything that I've mentioned. It delivers a built-in security, and it delivers RPZ filtering that blocks malicious activity. You can activate the DTP feed using RPZ2. Then on top of that, we have the DNS threat pulse, which is our DNS-centric feed that I've mentioned before, that provides real-time AI-driven threat intelligence. After that, you have the DNS Intelligence Center that we've just seen in the demo that I've shown. There are many more dashboards and views in that tool. And we have the DNS Guardian, which is the core of our DNS security solution. DNS Guardian is the product that it is part of your DNS service. It will do the threat detection. It will do the DNS transaction inspection, the user behavior analysis, the CQF, everything that I've mentioned before, everything that is not cloud-based will be part of the DNS Guardian. And finally, DNS Blast is our high-end DNS security solution, which addresses everything related to high performance needs, high resilience, and DDoS attack protection. So together, all these products provide a complete end-to-end DNS security solution, which covers all aspects, all phases of attack, from protect, detect, and respond to each attack. Before moving back to Igor for the final slide, I will remind you that we will take your questions after that. So if you haven't asked your question yet, please do it now. I will take the time while Igor speaks to look at your questions, and then we will address them.
Thank you, Eyal. So the takeaways are we invite everyone to re-engage or reconnect with their local EfficientIP contact for this free risk assessment exercise that we are offering. There will be an opportunity to talk to our experts about the security portfolio. Based on our findings, we will make our suggestions, recommendations, and help you integrate and consider some of our security tools and solutions that would fit best into your ecosystem. We offer the dedicated page, which is shown here. The link is below. You can send a request directly through the website or just connect with one of us for this engagement. Thank you.
Okay. So I will just read out the question. So Igor, we have one question that maybe you'll want to address. Our firewall already filters DNS. Why would we need this DNS risk assessment?
Repeat the question, please.
Our firewall already filters DNS. So why would we need the DNS risk assessment?
Okay, got it. So again, we see lots of solutions out there that do some sort of DNS filtering or DNS firewalling. classical solution relies on external database or external feed of some of well-known sites and malicious activities, and then every single DNS query will compare it and then decided if this is malicious or not. Those feeds are usually known, providing lots of false positives. They're not necessarily accurately curated. They're not necessarily updated with the most recent, most sophisticated types of DNS misbehavior or attacks, because those DNS tools are not really have that level of visibility. The tool or the solution overall from us is based on user behavior analytics, is based on our own curated database that we maintain ourselves, and we share that information with all our subscribing customers. So it provides way more meaningful, way more powerful layer of security, as well as tools that do not exist with any of other tools, including next-gen firewalls.
And thank you, Igor. If I may add to that, I will also mention that that the DNS will block the attack at an earlier phase because its location in a network. So usually, one of the benefits of, for example, using a DNS filtering in the DNS level is that the attack will be stopped earlier. I will move to the next question, and I can take that one. The question is, are all products part of one platform? So the answer to that question is yes and no. Yes, all the products that are not cloud-based, which is the DNS Guardian, the Solid Server, the DNS Blast, they're all part of one platform, of the same platform as our DDI solution. So you will have everything in a single dashboard. For example, if you are an existing EfficientIP customer that has our DDI and you don't have yet our DNS security solution, activating the DNS security is very simple. It's from the same dashboard that you manage your solutions today. The only exception for that, and this is why I said yes and no, is everything related to the DNS Intelligence Center. This is a cloud-based platform, so you will have access to a SaaS solution, which is in the cloud, and the way it operates, it gets the statistics from the DNS Guardian, and the insights are sent into the cloud, and you have your dashboards for investigation. The reason it's done like that is because we have their data, global data that we look at in order to perform in order to produce the threat intelligence, and we need this global visibility in order to have better detection and advanced correlation between different environments. So the next question is, can the DNS risk assessment show if our existing DNS filtering rules effective or not? Igor, if you don't mind, I will let you answer that one.
Yeah, for sure. So it all depends on where the traffic capture was taken. If the traffic capture was taken behind that filter, then of course we can easily determine how efficient that filter was. If we see any sort of malicious activity behind your existing filters, that definitely something that we will bring as a misconfiguration on your existing filter, or maybe it's not a capability of a filter. So that's certainly an option, and we can easily do this exercise looking at the traffic behind the filter after all the metrics and policies applied to see if there's anything there that we catch that other filters don't.
Okay, thank you. I'm not 100% sure that I understood the last question, so I will try to answer it. If I haven't, please write to us regarding the provided efficient IP thread feed. So I'm not sure what if that is the question, but I will answer about how the feed is being constructed. I hope it will address. If you want to clarify, the person that asked the question, please do. So we have an EfficientIP proprietary feed that is built based on the AI-driven technologies that we've mentioned. So what happens is that we have a threat intelligence platform in the cloud that collects global DNS data from all our customers. It's statistics about what happened in the DNS traffic. We apply the AI technologies on that, and the feed is created from that. So once we detect that a specific domain, for example, is a malware, it will be tagged as malware, and it will enter our feed. Same for phishing, same for DGA. Each one is detected with a different technology, but the outcome is always a domain with a tag, a specific tag. In addition to our proprietary detection technologies, we curate multiple different feeds, industry-leading feeds, and we cross-correlate information from the different feeds using AI in order to take the best decision about each domain. So the result is, as you've seen in the example in the video that I've showed, you can have one domain with multiple indicators of compromise that come from different feeds. It can be EfficientIP engines, for example, we have for the crypto stealer that I've shown before, we have a detection by the DG engine, we have a detection by our malware detection engine, and for others, you will also have other feed sources. I see that we have some more details about the question. If we share, the question is if we share the findings about dangerous domains to create automated rules in other devices. So you can create automatic rules in your network, but it's not today. It's not something that you can directly do from the dashboards. You need to use our APIs. If you want more details about how to do it, you can send us an email, and we will explain exactly how it is done today. I think we have time for one final question, and to answer that question, I will go back to the previous slide, because the question is about how we can actually request and run the assessment. So as Igor mentioned in the final slide, there are two options to get, or I will say even three. If you're existing EfficientIP customer, or if you already have an EfficientIP contact, I will say the best way will be to reach out to them, and then we can start the process of the DNS risk assessment immediately and easily. If you don't have any EfficientIP contact, just scan the QR code on the screen, or you can take the URL from the slide. We will also send the deck after the webinar, and you can go to our website and request to do a risk assessment. And someone from EfficientIP will contact you, and then you will follow the procedure that Igor has described. We will, of course, sign an NDA, and then you simply share the packet capture that you choose, and we will send you a link to the report a few days later. Of course, you will also have an expert explaining everything to you, but it's a very easy and simple process. So thank you, everyone. I think we will end the webinar with this. I see that maybe there is one more question that wasn't answered, but I will let you send it to us, and we will address it after the webinar because we don't have time for that now. So thank you very much, everyone. We really hope to see you reaching out to us to talk about your DNS security. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to either Igor or me via email, or to send an email via the webinar invitation, and we'll be very happy to answer and to connect you to the right people at EfficientIP to continue the conversation. Thank you very much.
Thank you.